Welcome to Jessica's Craft Time. My name's Jessica, and this is this week's Whip and Chat. I also go through a little bit of what I've been working on, and this week I haven't worked a great deal on much. I have been working on my Peppermint Purple SAL, my Blackwork, and I've been working on the border. So I've almost completed the border. I've just got this section here to go, and my I'll be able to get back onto doing my weekly squares. I think I'm 3 weeks behind now, but I'm just so close to finishing the border. I just want to get the border done, and then I don't need to worry about the border anymore. So I've just got this section here and here to go, and it will be done. So that's what I've been working on. I haven't done any more. I did do a small bit of my diamond painting, but that was just to finish off what we were working on last week. So let's get started and I will chat a bit. So the canvas that I'm working on today is from crystalcanvas.us, and it's a dinosaur for my son Mark. I'll put the links in the comment to where I get my tray and my pens and all those bits and pieces, and that'll all be in the comments below. So what's been happening this week? Well, we finished up the first week of school for Mark. So he was very tired after school every day last week. It's been a bit of a change for him, but he's loving it, which I'm really glad. And this week it's changed. So last week he had his buddies come down. They had a year 6 buddy, and they'd have their buddies come down and pick them up in the morning. They had short days, which was a bit of a killer for me. I was not used to dropping him off and then having to pick him up so quickly, but that's okay. We got through it. So then his buddy would bring him back down at the end of the day for us to pick up. But this week, being week 2, is a little bit different. We're able to drop them off at the playground, so only the parents of the kindergarten kids are allowed to take them up to the playground, and then we still pick them up at the back of the school. So the teachers bring them down and we pick them up. And Monday was really hard. I walked in and I walked halfway up to the playground with him, and he saw his teacher, or one of the teachers for that year level, and he's like, "Okay, mummy, I can walk to the playground on my own." And he didn't even want me to walk up to the playground with him, and that kind of made me a little bit sad. Very proud that he was being independent and feeling comfortable and able to, do it all on his own, but also sad for me because he's growing up and, he didn't need mummy to walk him up to the playground. So that's been the school this week. Then the next day, Tuesday, he let me walk him up. So that was all right. And then Wednesday, his father got to take him to school because I have been sick, and I'm still sick, but we'll get to that. And he was so happy to take his father up. He was like, "Oh," and he showed him where the playground was and where he got to put his bag, and yeah, he was very excited because we call him his papa, not his dad, but his papa hasn't been able to take him to school because he works, so he can't take him to school all the time. So he was very excited that he was able to take him yesterday. But we had a bit of a busy weekend. I had won an Apple Watch, which was very, very, very exciting, except for the fact that I don't have Apple products. My husband and I've got an iPad, but I don't use it outside of the house. Hubby and I both have Samsung phones. So we took the Apple phone and we went up to Cash Converters and traded it in, because I really just, I have no use for it. It was so exciting to win. I can't believe I won it, but yeah, it's just not going to work with our phones. So we traded it in, and then we went up to the local shopping centre, up to JB, and got myself a new Fitbit watch so that it'll be compatible with my phone. But we also got ourselves a really good deal. So when we got there, hubby had a look around to see what prices, and it was $2.99 down to $1.49 on special. I'm like, yep, that's okay. We can do that. And we got there, and I'm standing there looking at all the watches, and down the bottom they had some special limited edition ones that had some limited edition bands on them. And there was one box down the bottom that had a price tag for $2.49. I'm like, okay, I don't mind that band, you know. I like the blue one better, but I don't mind the grey one, so we'll grab that one. And we got to the counter, and he's like, oh, that's $379. And we're like, well, no, it's got the $2.49 ticket on it. Anyway, after talking to the manager, they ended up giving it to us for the $2.49. I can't believe they did. It was pretty exciting. So someone had switched the price tags, or someone had priced a box wrong. I'm not sure how it happened, but we ended up getting a $380 Fitbit for $2.49, which I was rapt about. Then we had to go and do we got something else. There was something else we went to the shops for as well. Can't remember what it was now. And then we had to do food shopping, which is not always so much fun, but got that done for the day. And by the time we got home, because where we traded it in was a little bit of a distance, we don't have one close by. By the time we got home in the afternoon, that was it for the day. We'd been out for a good couple of hours. By the time we did the food shopping and sorted all that and got dinner on, so that was a pretty big day. We then went for quite a long walk, which we've been trying to do most nights, either just before dinner or just after dinner, depending how the day's going. And then Sunday we went to, Mark had a catch up with one of his friends. So it was only going to be, I was only going to be there an hour or so, and I think we ended up with there like 3 hours. By the time we got home, that was in the afternoon. By the time we got home, it was like 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I think we went for a walk again and had dinner, and the day was over. Mark was a little bit upset because we had planned to go to the museum on the weekend, and they have a dinosaur exhibition on, and luckily we checked online, sit down to order the tickets, went to order them, and found out that they were all sold out for the weekend, which was a shame. So there went going to the museum, but we have booked tickets for this weekend, so we'll go this weekend. So he's looking forward to going, and I think his bubba's coming with us, so Mark's gonna love that. We're gonna go in on Sunday to the museum. I just keep forgetting with things like COVID, there's limited tickets and that we've got to book in advance. So he really wanted to go to the zoo, but Saturday was really rainy and yuck weather, and I'm like, I don't want to go into the zoo when it's raining, because with COVID, a lot of the indoor enclosures are all closed. They do have some open. Last time we went, they had some open, but not all of them. So going in the rain would have meant that we would have got quite wet. And then Sunday we'd already planned to catch up with his friends, so that was out for this weekend. We might look at going in a couple of weeks' time. because he does love the zoo. And then when we went to our friends, his Nana is down at the moment, and she'd baked a cake, and the boys decorated the cake, and they did she did one of, you know, the pool cakes where it's like the chocolate cake on the outside and the jelly in the middle, and then you've got chocolate biscuits round for the side of the pool. If anyone knows the Australian Woman's Weekly birthday cake book, it's from that one. It's from that cake. So I said to Mark, because there's a cake company that I have used a few times, that you order the cake and they send you all the bits and pieces to actually make the cake yourself. But this year we're not doing a big party for Mark, and all up, by the time you pay for shipping, it's about $70 for a cake. And I'm like, it's a fair bit of money to spend on a cake when it's only going to be close family. There's only going to be like 10 people here for his birthday. So I said to him, well, how about, and his little friend that he went to visit on the weekend is going to be one of the kids here. It's going to be him and his little friend, and then one older child and one much younger child. So there's not even going to really be many kids here. It's just going to be him and his mate. So I said to him, well, why don't you pick another cake and you and your friend can decorate it for your birthday, and that can be your birthday cake. So he loved the idea, and then he's like, well, instead of doing the pool one, can we do it with red jelly and make it a volcano? And anyway, so I pulled my cake book out when I got home, and I'm like, which cake do you want? And he looked through it, and there was like 20 cakes he wants. I'm like, okay, well, we'll think about that later. And you can come back to that and let me know which one you want. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'll just get a heap of lollies and stuff and bake a cake, and him and his mate can decorate it, and that can be his birthday cake. And I think they'll just have fun doing it. But while I remember, because my brain is not playing nice with me today, I would like to welcome all the new subscribers on my page. Thank you very much. I've hit 100 subscribers and I'm super excited. Thank you all for taking the time to hit that button, and I do hope that you enjoy the content that I'm creating. This probably won't be a very long Wip and Chat today. Tuesday afternoon, we got home. We have swimming on a Tuesday, and I got home from swimming and started feeling really ill with the temperature and really lightheaded. So Wednesday morning I went up and got the COVID test and shoved it up my nose, and all good. It's come back negative, but I spent the entire day Wednesday, which is normally when I film this, on the couch asleep, like all day asleep. It's not normally like me to be on the couch all day asleep. So my tests have come back negative. I don't have COVID, but I've picked up some sort of bug somewhere. And if it was just a temperature, it'd be all right, but I'm feeling quite lightheaded, so it's a little bit of a struggle at the moment. So yeah, will probably be quite a short Wip and Chat today, because yeah, I'm just not feeling great, and I feel really strange just sitting there. So I'm not getting much of my stitching done. I'm not doing any crafts. I've literally just been sitting on the couch. But I did start watching a series the other day. When was it? Earlier on this week. And I tell you what, it does my head in watching a series on, like, this one was on Netflix, but I didn't realize it was quite a new series until after it finished. And of course, the season finishes on a bit of a cliffhanger and there's no more. That's it. Like, damn it, damn it, damn it. There's been a few series I've watched lately, and some of them, that's it. There's only been one season and the new season hasn't been even made yet. There's some that there is more seasons, but they're not on the streaming services yet. And I'm like, no, I want to just keep watching it. I don't know. And sometimes it takes me ages to find a series that I really enjoy watching. So then I get like all, invested in it. Feel like I'm invested in watching it. And next thing it finishes and there's no more. And I'm like, no. So now I've got to find a new series to watch. So if you have any suggestions, pop them below. I have access to Amazon and Netflix as well as Disney. So if you've got a suggestion on what I can watch, pop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what your suggestions are and give them a try. Because sometimes I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going to skip over that. And then finally watch it. I'm like, why have I been skipping over that one for so long? Because I've actually enjoyed watching it. So yeah, that's sort of been my week. Yesterday was a complete write-off. Today's not doing much better. I've managed to wash half the dishes and make Mark's lunch and do this small bit of diamond painting. And that's probably going to be it for today. I'm going to have to get myself up and showered at one point because I'm going to have to go and pick Mark up from school. But apart from that, I have just been sitting on the couch half the time. Not even yesterday, I didn't even have the TV on. I just sat on the couch and slept. So obviously my body's telling me that I need to, because I don't really know where I've been to pick anything up. I mean, the only thing was a shopping centre, but that was Saturday. So maybe it's just my body telling me I need to sleep or do something. But I don't like it. I don't do well when I'm sick. I'm not someone that, yeah. I just don't do well at all. I struggle a bit, but yeah. And then hubby's been working a bit, but he's not very good at sort of, unless I say to him, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, he doesn't think to do things like dishes and making the bed. I doubt the bed's made. I've been sleeping on the couch for 2 nights. So it's about the only time, it's the only time other than if we're away that hubby and I sleep separately, is when one of us is sick, because we don't really want to get the other one sick. So I'd like to know where it's come from. And it's strange. It's not like runny nose or sore throat or anything. It's literally just a temperature and feeling really dizzy. So who knows? We'll see how things go tomorrow. If I'm still feeling really crappy tomorrow, then I'll probably take myself off to the doctor and see what they say. But yeah, that's been my week, and it looks like I'm not going to get much else in the way of crafting done, because if I still feel crummy, I don't even feel like crafting. Just the thought of sitting and doing anything, I'm going to have to go in and find a new series to watch. I think that'll be if I can do that this afternoon. Luckily, that's what happened Friday. So this is my first child, and I don't really know anyone that we speak to on a regular basis in the area that goes to the same school that Mark does. So Friday, show up to school. Big mum fail. Well, most of the kids are all in a sports uniform. Mark is in his normal uniform. Mummy didn't know that Fridays were sports uniform day. Whoopsie, because a lot of his fellow kindergarten classmates have siblings or have someone that's close to the family that goes to the school. So they all knew. And I went back over the Facebook, the emails, the app for the school. No mention of sports day on a Friday. So I felt bad that luckily he wasn't the only one. There was a couple of other kids that showed up in normal uniform. So that means that it's going to be the death of me. He has white shirts in primary school. One of them's already got 2 stains on it that I can't get out. And then he came home yesterday and I noticed a big red stain down the front of his shirt, and I haven't even attempted it. I don't know. I'm not keen on bleaching it because bleach destroys the fibers of clothing. So who knows how I'm going to keep his shirts clean, but at least sports day, it means it's only 4 days a week he wears a white shirt. Because sports day is a completely different uniform, a different polo. So mummy failed for school already. In the first week I failed. But what was really nice is his newsletter came out for the first newsletter for the year, and he got his photo in it. I'm like, yay! First newsletter for the year that he was in the school, and he's got a photo of him, and not just him within a classroom of people. It was just a photo of him. So that was a little bit exciting, a bit of a proud mama moment that he's got his photo in the newsletter. But I think that's going to be about it for me today. It's about all I can cope with. So thank you for watching. Thank you all for hitting that subscribe button. It means the world to me. I can't believe I've hit 100 subscribers. I seriously, when I looked at it, I shouted out to hubby. I'm like, guess what? Did a little bit of a happy dance. So thank you all very much. And we will see you in the next video. And I will see you next week for next week's Whip and Chat. So take care for now. Bye.